If you are in urgent need of suicide prevention, urgent meaning you are unable to focus on this video, please call immediately 1-800-273-8255 or text START to 741-741. For Canada and nationwide, you can dial 911, and globally, you may visit www.suicide.org. Hi, I'm Lori Sue. I work in the classrooms. My students call me the soothing teacher, and I've been working with children, elementary, well actually preschool age, all the way up through high school for over 27 years. Now, along with Karen, who you'll meet shortly, we are helping children and teens close the door to suicide forever. Suicide rates among 10 to 14-year-olds have grown more than 50% over the last 3 decades. Every 5 days, a child under the age of 13 commits suicide. Since 1999, more than 1,300 children ages 5 to 12 years of age took their lives. Suicide remains among the leading causes of death of children under 14. A new review of studies from 13 countries found signs of an apparent connection between bullying, being bullied, and suicide. To understand that, to get the magnitude of all this, that means every 7 minutes a child is being bullied. This is why I'm passionate about closing the door to suicide. Please help me in the fight to end the suffering. Please watch, learn, and take action to save yourself first, so you can in turn save those you love. Thank you. And now I want to introduce you to Karen, who my students call the Brain Lady. She will take you through the first stage of the intervention, and I will join you again during the third stage. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Karen Sabrin. I am the originator of the brain sweep systems that are renowned for eliminating the symptoms of PTSD and other forms of trauma and hyperanxiety, and to do so without the use of medication. As a professional, I've been doing this work for my clients for around the globe for over 35 years. Today, I'm using the brain sweep system to help you to permanently close the door to suicide. Every human being needs to do this process, even if you do not believe that you do. The reason is simple. Every human being has learned to learn from experience. If you have ever heard or read of anyone dying from suicide, then your mind has learned that humans can get desperate enough to kill themselves. If you've ever seen an animal lose someone that the animal loves more than anything, to the point that the animal simply quits eating and quits drinking water and then quits sleeping until the animal finally dies, then you have definitely learned that love can lead to severe loss. The pain of that loss can end the will to live. If you watch the news on TV, then you've seen stories of people in so much emotional pain that they have killed their own family and then committed suicide. You need to understand that the minute your mind heard these stories, your mind immediately made suicide an option that can be chosen. Not even your religion can protect you if you are feeling dark enough to drown out the idea that you are loved by your God. Sadly, the silence surrounding suicide only adds on to the likelihood that a human will not reach out to others before it is too late. And saddest of all, for so many families and so many friends. It is a huge misperception and a total fallacy that only mentally ill people choose to commit suicide. There are good people who want to die. There are also good people who simply do not want to live with the pain of living anymore. Any human being can lose the will to keep trying to survive the pain of living. Please listen to this fact. When a human is suffering The chemicals produced in the body can literally overwhelm the mind's capacity to make the right choice. That is precisely why every human being needs to choose to care enough for you and for your loved ones to take the precaution of closing the door to suicide. If you are suffering right now or feeling numb or already enraged enough to be seeing this video because you are already wanting to use suicide to end your pain, then I'm asking you to please listen. I'm asking you, please try to stay alive long enough to finish this video. Understand this. You have a right as a human being to have this chance to get you free of the chemistry that has led you to feeling desperate enough to simply want to be done with trying. You deserve this opportunity. You deserve the opportunity to know how you will feel after you try to do the brain sweep technique. Know this, the brain sweep technique will immediately help you to reduce the negative chemicals that are negatively affecting your thinking. Brain sweep uses neurokinesis to intensify the positive effect of working with the brain instead of the mind. Brain sweep teaches you to apply a simplistic form of neurokinesis to effectively train your brain how to direct your body to immediately respond rather than react. Responding produces the chemicals that always reduce the brain to body demand to produce the chemical change that prompt reactive states of self-isolation and other negative forms of survivalism. Simply put, what this really says, neurokinesis does for the brain what acupressure can do for the body. That is why brain sweep will enable you to eliminate the feeling of needing or wanting to harm you or punish you. Please try to understand this. This is not a criticism of you. Negative reactive states can produce serious chemical change that can lead anyone's mind to mistakenly thinking that suicide is the only answer that makes sense. Thinking that way does not mean that you are mentally ill. It does mean that you're experiencing a harmful reactive state. In a minute, you and I will do a simple brain sweep technique that will immediately reduce all of the painful thoughts and pain-filled feelings that are making you feel anxious or depressed or worse. Brain sweep uses a simple pattern of touch that prompts all of the organs in your body to respond together instead of reacting. Brain sweep will use your own touch to trigger your neurons to produce a response that will eliminate the reaction that causes anxiety states. With practice, meaning with the consistent use of the brain sweep system, your brain, can be taught by you how to use the brain sweep response technique to gain the immediate access to profound insight that permanently relieves any and all forms of the self-deception or the misperception that leads to suicide. Let's begin. Today, you will learn 3 things to do the second that you feel any form of negative stress. Step 1. Now I'm going to teach you a tool that you can choose to use whenever you feel bad, whenever you are sad and or anxious. It even helps with depression and rage. And please understand, and please listen to this proven fact. The more often that you choose to use this technique in your daily life, the more your brain learns to use the technique to produce the chemicals that instantly and naturally enable humans to feel much better much sooner. You will instantly be much more in control of your emotions and your feelings. Let's begin now, please. Now, you can sit down or you can stand up. You can even do this technique lying down, but you can't keep driving or doing anything like that. Now, just find a focal point on the wall or surface in front of you. Imagine a single dot and focus on the dot, real or imagined. And then stare at the center of the dot. Now, hold that stare and without turning your head, move your eyes only to the right. And hold. Then move your eyes back to the center. Focus again on the center of the dot and hold. Now, without turning your head, turn your eyes only to the left and hold. Then back to the center. Now, simply lower your eyes if you want to relax more. And simply think of a time when you were really enjoying yourself. Now, it can be anytime, anywhere, any age. Whether you were younger or when you were older, it does not matter. Just pick a time, a memory of when you were laughing, really feeling good while you were laughing. When you're having such a good time, either you, yourself, were alone or with others, but having a good time. Or simply imagine a time like that as if you were acting in a movie. Imagine, pretend, or remember laughing very hard from deep inside you and having so much fun getting everyone around you to laugh as well. Now feel that time in your body. Let the laughter come forward now. Just laugh as if it's happening right here, right now. Remember, you're laughing so hard that tears are streaming down your face. Think again about how you couldn't even look at your friends without laughing harder. Now, think about trying to tell someone else why you're laughing so hard. Why you're laughing so hard. But you can only laugh harder as your voice squeaks and your nose snorts from the laughter coming through every cell of your body. Good. It feels so good just to let go and truly laugh so hard. You can even let go and let more tears stream down your face as you simply let go and let yourself truly laugh out loud without holding anything back. Hear the sound in your mind. Feel the movement in your body. Feel how good it feels. You simply feel free to have a moment, your moment, where nothing else matters except for feeling this happy, this good, this complete. Please notice how this moment has changed how you're feeling. Now you can even increase the thrill of laughing to the point where no sound can manage to come out. Feel it magnified times 10 because you're laughing so hard deep inside. Feel the release. You can laugh out loud. Feel the release and the relief. And take a deep breath and continue smiling with each and every muscle in your face. And recalling how good it feels to feel free enough to actually laugh. Now you know with a certainty that you can use this process that's called the laughing technique anytime and every time that you feel depressed or down, anytime that you feel sad or enraged, anytime you're numb and empty, feeling too alone, too isolated. Anytime that you do not care enough about you or other people, you know how to bring yourself back to a better place, simply using the laughter technique. The laughter technique can always work for you and your brain. If sometimes your mind is in the way and you find it hard laughing or even think about wanting to laugh, go ahead and actually pretend to laugh, because the brain responds to it. And within seconds, sometimes minutes most, you'll feel the smile start and you'll feel the laughter start. That's all it takes, is get it started, and the chemistry that you need to feel good starts being produced. Please make a commitment to you to use this laughing technique every single day, 2 or 3 times a day, or as often as you need to. You can't do it too long or too often, especially in the beginning if you've been feeling really sad and depressed, or if you don't feel well, or you feel enraged or angry and you just can't seem to keep going. Use it every few minutes. Just keep it going. You can even go on YouTube and places like that and get pictures and watch pictures that are funny and collect them, and jokes and those type of things. Anything that will make you laugh or even smile. On the really tough days, you can even use the laughing technique every single hour of every single day until you no longer feel any form of depression or sadness or rage or sorrow ever again. Make a commitment to you to do this. Commit to your commitment right here, right now, please. Say to yourself, I will smile and use the laughing technique the second I need to. I will never allow myself to start getting depressed and let it keep on getting depressed, or start feeling rage and let my rage grow. From now on, I'm stepping up and I'm going to immediately start using the laughing technique. And I can go online, I can find BrainSweet website, I can get the help I need to laugh. Okay? Now keep that commitment to you. Keep the good feeling, because now we're going to do step number 2 together. You are ready to learn step number 2 next. I'm going to begin by reading something to you. And now I'm simply asking that you sit back and relax as much as you can in this moment, and simply close down your eyes and listen. Listen to every single word I use to help you help yourself. I'm speaking to the brain. Please allow yourself to listen and hear how you can finally, truly end all of your deepest pain. I'm asking you to imagine or dream of a safe room that you built for yourself. A room just for you where you are perfectly safe. A place that you are happy to have as your room, as a room to return to whenever you want to and whenever you need to. Please just picture yourself in your room, in your mind. Create that picture. Feel safe there, comfortable, listening, and relaxing. Please listen to each and every word from inside of your deepest parts of you. I know there are times when your life seems so hard that it feels like the only way out of the struggle is to die. Sometimes when everything goes wrong, it can feel like it is just too hard, way too hard to do another minute. And you no longer want to live. You may even feel that way in a part of you right now. That's okay. That part of you that goes to that thought, the pain-filled thought about wanting to die, about wanting to end your pain by dying, by simply quitting breathing, by not living. In your moment of sorrow and grief, disappointment or shame or exhaustion, You may begin by opening a door to the idea of dying. And you open you up to dreaming, daydreaming or night dreaming or both. Dreaming a little bit about that possibility of it being over, of it being done, finished, and gone. Sadly, when you feel this empty, you can open the door to the idea of dying. Those are the times when you can't figure out your next step. Those are the moments that feel overwhelming. Yet those are also the moments when you have absolutely nothing left to draw on. Maybe in this helpless emptiness, you may feel that opening that door to suicide all of the way will end your suffering and end the pain. For a moment, suicide can feel like a simple way out of disappointing others that depend on you and care about you. Sometimes, sadly, suicide can seem like a perfect solution. Those are the moments when you are trapped in the old ways of looking at life as if there is no other choice left to you but to die. Suicide can even seem like it is the only way that you can end your pain and your disappointment, and you do so forever. Or you may believe in reincarnation, and you may think you can just end it and start over. But you must realize right here and right now that ending your life that way is not your destiny. That's not the answer for you, or you would not be here right now, right here, listening and seeing exactly what you need to understand. You need to understand that what you need is here. And yes, what you need is here for you to use right here and right now and always will be. The help you sought is here. You know that I'm speaking the truth, don't you? I can tell that you do. I want you to know that you don't have to figure it all out right now. I just want you to also know and understand there's another way, another choice. And you can take this time now to open your mind to the freedom of another possibility. Go inside, deep inside you, and think of a time when you felt very alive, when you felt loving and joy. That moment was all there is. You didn't care in that moment about what other people thought. You were just at peace, enjoying, feeling, loving, just feeling like you're here and it's worth being here. There's a memory you have held on to just to use in this moment. I'm asking you to do it. Think of a time when you are beyond happy. Doesn't mean it happened often, and it may be a long time ago. It's just that somewhere you felt happy. And if you need to, for this very moment, for you to remind you of how being alive and loving feels, you can imagine something that you've seen on TV or in a movie or read about in a book, and you really wished you had it for you. And in this moment, I'm going to suggest to you strongly that you pretend to have it, be in it, feel it, so you know what it feels like. And make that your promise to you. The goal that you set for you is that this is going to become your reality. Like I said, if you think you have no memory of you ever feeling this way, it's not a problem. Again, I'm going to say, just imagine like it was or is on a TV show, a movie, or a memory of someone else you watched that felt so happy to be alive that you could see it all over them. And you wanted the same feeling, the same thoughts, the same way of being alive that they have. you can imagine what it feels like to be that happy. And it will instantly feel like it is how you feel right here, right now. Just imagine it. Make it happen inside your body, inside your mind. Make it happen. Use your brain to do it. Good. Now feel it in every cell of your body. Enjoy this moment. Feel how good it feels to feel this free and this real and this alive. And know now it is real. The help you needed is here. It's in you for you. This is your aha moment. This is the moment when you finally feel free of all of the pain that came from thinking that you had no control over how badly you felt just a few minutes ago. You've already changed that. You now know the truth. Your brain is your strength that is always available to you to use as your tool to help you in any given moment. Your brain just needs to learn what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. And that's what we're here for. Brain Sweep can help your brain to learn what to do to save you from the pain of living. You can now allow this to be the new choice you go to whenever you're not sure of your next step. Remember that you can remember that. You don't have to figure it all out in this moment or any other moment. Instead of exhausting you, learn to help you all day, every day. Just go to this place and bring the strength forward for you to help you. The strength to choose to use your imagination, your memories to help you instead of scare you. Right now, please instantly do it again so your brain learns how quickly you can do it and how quickly it will help you. Remember laughing and start relaxing in your body now. Good. Now focus on how good it feels to laugh. And feel how safe you feel to understand this is all you have to do when you're starting to feel bad or lose your idea that life is worth anything or that you're worth anything. You simply have to use your mind to figure out a memory, or you use your brain to make one up and imagine it so that in that moment you produce the chemicals that will help you. You will now be ready to listen and ready to grow. You will be ready to receive everything you need going forward with our person who is stepping up to help you to learn how to help yourself. That person's going to be here next after me, right here, right now. It is time now for you to understand, for you to know for certain. It is time to close the door. It's time to close the windows. It is time to close up and seal every tiny crack, every crevice, every peephole, everywhere in your safe room that possibly ever included the idea of condoning or accepting or allowing suicide as an answer. End it here. For you, for your loved ones, end it now. Begin you by saying, never again will I ever forget what I have learned today about what I have, my power, the insight to do what is right for me, right now and always. You know that you can use the laughing technique to lift you up enough to get you to accept the help you need. You'll need to just learn to not wait, not postpone it, any of it. You just do it as soon as you're feeling bad and do it for you, from you, whenever you need it, So never again will you ever need or want to hurt you or harm you, or hurt the people who love you and care about you. Even when your negative chemicals can make you doubt it, you know this is the true truth. Never again is there a legitimate reason for you to choose to harm you or hurt you, or worse, to choose to hurt the people who love you. Now, you've learned that there is a way to instantly feel better and stronger. I would like you to take a moment and see and feel each of the people who would have a really hard time surviving losing you. Think of them. See their faces in your mind. Remember them, love them, and care. I'm asking you to care enough to care about these people and know that you have made the right choice, which is to close the door to suicide forever. Never again will you allow negative chemistry to fool you into believing suicide is an answer. Even the threat today, right here, right now, feel you closing the door to suicide forever and always. For you and for everyone who cares about you. Lock it and seal it closed forever and always. Feel how good that feels to know you're finally safe, that you got help and more help is on the way. I want you to open your eyes, awaken, refreshed and relieved, and knowing that you are finally safe. And now you can accept the help you need and deserve for going forward. Step 3 is what you get to learn to use to help you forever. Get ready to meet someone who is ready to help you receive exactly what you need for you for every day going forward. And thank you for listening.
Welcome back. Since I work with children and families, I'm going to talk to you as if you're in the classroom setting, and you're not going to be able to like raise your hand or make comments or ask questions, but if you'll grab a piece of paper and a pen or pencil and write down the questions and the feelings you have along the way, at the end of this session or this stage, we'll go ahead and I'll give you some information where you can send that so you can get those questions answered, any concerns you have, and we can get that all covered for you. So great job for coming this far. Give yourself a pat on the back and be proud of you. I know that you've probably changed since you started. You've had some powerful things occurring with the brain lady. You've learned a lot. So I want to commend you on that too. Thanks for stepping into stage 3. So you may decide to watch this through a couple times or more. You can watch as many times as you need. And matter of fact, you could come back every day and continue to sweep your brain so that you can feel better and better every day. So I always say, watch or listen or read twice, once with your brain and the second time with your heart. So it's important for you to do this so that you can get rid of all of your negative stress in a healthy and a beneficial way. So I'm going to guide you through a simple, easy to learn method to activate your brain and end all of your mental and emotional struggles in minutes. Today, we'll get done with the death of the problem instead of the death of you. Any form of resisting, freezing, or seeking punishment will end here today, right here, right now. So think of your day. Remember when and how you get stressed out, especially the stress that leads to bad choices, especially the stress that leads to you numbing you, whether it's with gaming, watching movies endlessly, reading just so many books that you're under your covers at night, or maybe you know somebody who numbs themselves with alcohol or drugs or worse, or the type of stress that causes you to be mean to you and your loved ones, especially the kind that causes you to feel rage and frustration that leads to risking harming you and others. Plus the stress that leads to you wanting to run away from anyone and everyone. Please watch me and learn the science of neurokinesis. Neurokinesis can be used anytime and anywhere on your body, but it works the fastest and quickest when you use it to stimulate your brain to act on your body. And that's what we're going to do. The more you practice this simple technique, the more efficient you'll get at focusing enough attention to make the technique make you feel relieved immediately. All right, now I'm going to demonstrate the brain sweep hand technique, which you can use anytime you're frustrated, stressed, have a bad dream. And what you want to do is you want to cup your hands and have all your fingers together, including your thumbs. See how they're kind of tucked in there. And if you're wondering how much cupping you need, you can put a piece of Kleenex up in there and it should hold it. So, and then what you want to do is you want to put your whole hand, it's going to be right hand over your left hand first. Always, even if you're left-handed, right hand over left. And we're going to start, and I want to share with you too, we're going to be working later on the actual brain, areas of the brain that we'll be covering. But these areas, acupressure points on the hand, go directly to the brain. This is the frontal lobe. We've got the right hemisphere, the crown and the spine, all the way down the tailbone, and then the left hemisphere. So we'll be going across those and stimulating those areas that go directly to the brain to change it in the moment. So you start, again, hands cupped, all your fingers are touching, and you go up and over with that small finger going over the ridge of the knuckles to the heel of the hand. The heel of the hand is right across here. You can see that. Some people have a really good crease. I think I kind of do right there. You don't want to go below that. So that's what's going to hit this other outside smaller finger that's on your left hand. And then you're going to come back across so that your thumb is on the those same knuckles. Okay, and you just bring that's one rotation, and you just bring that around and do that again. Fairly simple. And back again. So we're going to do, we'll do 2 more on this hand, so you can feel how that is. Just keep it always connected. And over and then back. And then we're going to go ahead and try the other hand. We're going to go over to the left over the right. Hands are still cupped, thumbs together. And you're going to start down here. You're going to go up and over the knuckles, out the heel, the small finger, and then back again with the thumb and coming across those knuckles again. And back around, small finger over, out, heel, back with the thumb over the same knuckles. That's 2. Let's do 2 more so you can feel what that's like. Keep that hand cupped. There's a tendency to want to squeeze those hands tight. You don't have to squeeze them tight. You can relax as long as they're touching. All right, so now I'm going to ask you to think about something that happened today, yesterday, could be a long time ago, that comes to your mind that was a frustration, an annoyance, something that really bothered you. We're going to put this on a scale of 0 to 5. 0 meaning no reaction to it, and a 5 meaning like off the charts, horrible reaction. And what I want you to think about is something that's a 1, 2, or a 3. Not a 4 and 5. I know that some of you will have that happen really early. You know, you can think of that right away, but don't do that. We want to train the brain and stay in the 1, 2s, and 3s. And when you have that, some of you will come up with that right away too. It can be anything that's frustrating, but make sure it's maybe 2 or 3, and think about that for a minute. Decide what rating you would give it, and we'll go ahead and put that under our hands, meaning you're going to think about that. You don't have to say anything, right? Just that situation that occurred. You're going to put that in there in both hands, and we're going to start the hand technique, the brain sweep hand technique, and we're going to get rid of that. It's going to bring that down. You'll be able to tell after. So Think about the number that it is. Is it a 3 or a 2 or a 1? And we'll go ahead and get started. And you put that into your hand. Okay, so start with the right hand over left. All our fingers going to go up and over the knuckles. And you're going to go out with the heel and back with the thumb across the knuckles again. Just be thinking about that. We'll do 4 rotations. And the memory cannot hurt you. It's the meaning of the memory that hurts you. Okay, and we're going to switch to the other side. Finger, small finger over the knuckles, out the heel, and then the thumb comes back over the knuckles. And continue that rotation. Watch as the picture of the memory dissolves. Okay. So now you can rate it again. Think about how that feels. Sometimes the memory's there and you don't have any reaction whatsoever. So hopefully you've gotten that 3 or 2 or 1 down to a 0. That's the goal. If you haven't, you can always go back over. If you say it was a 3 and you got it to 2, you can go right back over and do 2 more rotations on your right over left. And then you'll go back and do your left over right. You'll do 2 more rotations and feel that. Go ahead and get that down. Get rid of the meaning of that memory. All right, great. Thanks for doing that with me. Now we're going to go on and I'm going to teach you how to do the brain sweep. What you want to do, we're still using our same hands, but this time you're going to be doing rotations on the actual frontal lobe, right hemisphere, left hemisphere, crown, and then releasing it down the spine and out the tailbone. And so you want to still keep your hands cupped like we already learned and keep your thumbs in. And I will lead you through this as we go. We will do the right hand first and I'll lead you around so you'll know which way we're going. And then we'll do the left hand and we'll go around the same frontal lobe and I'll show you as we go. And you'll hear me, I'll be making some statements because we're going to be erasing and sweeping, getting rid of those things, sending those things away that aren't helpful to us. So we are going to start with our right hand, our frontal lobe, and we're going to go 4 rotations, 1 with each sentence that I say. We're going to start with the hairline to the left, down, and then back to the right. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, and thoughts of blaming yourself. Now we're going to go with the right hand to the right hemisphere, working back. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, and thoughts of blaming yourself. And the right hand, left hemisphere, thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, thoughts of blaming yourself. And now we're going to go to the crown. And when you're up on the crown, your fingers are pointing in the direction that you're going to be going. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, and thoughts of blaming yourself. And then we're going to sweep it down, drop it all the way down the spine and out the tailbone. All right, and now we're going to do the left hand with the frontal lobe. You're going to go up to the hairline, down to the left, then down towards the nose and up to the right in that circular motion. 4 rotations. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, and thoughts of blaming yourself. And now we'll go right hand over to the right hemisphere, up, back, down, and towards the front. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, and thoughts of blaming yourself. Now right hand to the left hemisphere, we're still going up towards the back, down towards the front. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, thoughts of blaming yourself. And now we're going to go to the crown, and you're going to go right ear back, left ear forward in that rotation. Thoughts of harming yourself, thoughts of hurting yourself, thoughts of shame, and thoughts of blaming yourself. Now drop it all the way down your spine and out your tailbone. Good job. And so now we're going to take our right hand again and do the frontal lobe from the hairline, left to the ear, down to the nose, up to the right, and back again for each rotation. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you and your loved ones. And then we're going to go with the right hand to the right hemisphere, up, back, down, and to the front. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. And now right hand to the left hemisphere, up, back, down, and forward again. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Okay, and up to the crown with our right hand, and we're going to go left ear back, right ear forward in that rotation. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. And drop it all the way down the spine and out the tailbone. Good job. Now we're going to do our left hand to our frontal lobe, and you're going to go again up hairline, left, down, back up, around again. So left, down, right, up. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Left hand to the right hemisphere, up, back, down, and forward. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Now we're going to take the right hand to the left hemisphere, up, back, down, and forward. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. Now we're going to take our left hand to the crown, and we're going to go right to the right ear, then the back to the left ear, and forward in that one rotation, 4 rotations. Thoughts of negating your worth and value to others. Thoughts of being scared. Thoughts of being frightened. Thoughts of disgracing you or your loved ones. And drop it all the way down the spine and out the tailbone. Good job. Now we go back to that right hand and frontal lobe, hairline, left ear, nose, right ear. For a rotation, we'll do 4. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. Now over to the right hemisphere with our right hand, up, back, down, and forward. 4 rotations. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. Now we're going to the left hemisphere with the right hand. We're going up, back, down, and forward. Any and all forms of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. And now we're taking our right hand to the crown, and you're going to go to your left ear, to your back, to your right ear, and front in that rotation. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. and drop it all the way down your spine and out your tailbone. All right, now the left hand at the frontal lobe. You're going to go hairline, left to your nose, right, and back again. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. Okay, now we're going to go to the right hemisphere, and we're going to go, it's up to the back and down and up to the front. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any form and all form of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. And now we're going to the left hemisphere with the right hand. You're going to go up, back, down, and front again. So any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. And the crown with our left hand, we're going to go to the right ear, back to the left ear, and forward. Any form of self-punishment, any form of justification of self-punishment, any and all forms of self-condemnation or isolation, any and all forms of deception, addiction, or defiance. And drop it all the way down your spine to the tailbone, out the tailbone. All right, now we're on to our right hand again, keeping those cupped. Make sure your thumb's tucked into. Frontal lobe, any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. We're going to take the right hand to the right hemisphere in 4 rotations again, up, back, down, front. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Good job. Now we're on to the left with our right hand. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success, going up towards the back. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Now we're going to take that right hand and do the crown to the left ear, back, right ear, forward. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. And you want to take it and go all the way down the spine and out the tailbone. And now we're going to do the left hand in the front. Hairline, left, nose, right, and back again. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Now we're going to take the left hand and go to the right hemisphere. We're going up, back, down, and frontwards again. So any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Now we're taking left hand, left hemisphere. And we're going up, back, down, and front again. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. And our crown, left hand, crown. We're going to go right ear, back, left ear, front. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. Any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. any and all forms of delaying your immediate success. And we're gonna swipe down the spine and out the tailbone. Okay, now we're gonna use the right hand on the frontal lobe, hairline, left ear, nose, right ear, and back to that. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. And the right hand to the right hemisphere, sweeping back. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Great. Right hand, left hemisphere, sweeping back. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with self that includes punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Right hand on the crown of the head, going to the right ear, back, left, and back to the front again. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with self that includes punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. And sweep down the spine and out the tailbone. Now we're going to use the left hand on the frontal lobe, hairline, to your left ear, to your nose, to your right ear, and back again. Any and all forms of resistance of learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. We're going to the right with the right hand, right hemisphere sweeping back. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Right? Left hand, left hemisphere, sweeping back. Any and all forms of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes self-punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. Now we're going to the crown, and you're going to go right, you're in the front, you're going right, back, left ear, and back to the front again. Any form of resistance to learning to replace punishment with positive discipline. And know this now from this moment forward, any form of failing is no longer an option. Ending any silent or secret contract with the self that includes punishment. Ending any contract that contains any sense of an obligation to lose something or someone that means everything to you. And drop it all the way down the spine and out the tailbone. All right, and this is your last set with your right hand, hairline, left ear, nose, back to the right and up. New contract with self for right here, right now, and moving forward. The new contract is you will prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you're doing right for the right reason and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you now, always, and forever. The right hand to the right hemisphere, sweeping up and back. New contract with self for right here, right now, moving forward. The new contract is you'll prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you're doing right for the right reason and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you now, always, and forever. We're going to go to the left hemisphere with our right hand, sweeping up and back. New contract with self for right here, right now, moving forward. The new contract is you'll prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you're doing right for the right reason and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you now, always, and forever. Now we're going to the crown with the right hand. It's forward to the left ear, back to the right ear, and back up again. New contract with self for right here, right now, moving forward. The new contract is you'll prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen to learn and learn to listen to what you're doing right for the right reason and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you now, always, and forever. Take it down the spine and drop it out the tailbone. Great. Now we're going to do the left hand on the frontal lobe. You're going up to the hairline, down left, to the nose, right, and back up again. New contract with self for right here, right now, moving forward. The new contract is you'll prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you're doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you now, always, and forever. Okay, now we're going to do left hand, right hemisphere, going up and back. New contract with self for right here, right now, moving forward. The new contract is you'll prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you're doing right for the right reason and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you now, always, and forever. Left hand, left hemisphere, up and back, around. New contract with self for right here, right now, moving forward. The new contract is you will prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you're doing right for the right reason and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you now, always, and forever. We're going to the crown. We're going to go, starts in the front, right ear, back, left ear, and forward again. New contract with self for right here, right now, moving forward. The new contract is you'll prove to yourself and every single person that cares about you that you start your day knowing enough about you to discipline you without harming you. To listen and learn to listen to what you're doing right for the right reasons and do your day that way. So when you lay your head down at night, you can use your sleep to keep you healthy and well for your sake and for those that love and care about you now, always, and forever. And drop it down the spine and out the tailbone. Thank you. You've gone through the stage 3 and you've made it. Be proud of you. You deserve the very best. Appreciate you for being here. So now is your chance to send me the questions that you've had, or maybe that you've written down experiences or concerns. You can send those to me at lauriesuecoaching@gmail.com, or you can also go to www.majesticu.com and leave a comment or question there as well. We've got a team, an excellent team of professionals that are standing by and waiting along with me to help you from this day forward. And I thank you.